What's cracking, fam? Your boy T Money down in the dungeon. It is late night Friday evening, and I am here to bring you guys another collection update. I got some really cool stuff in this update, so let's get right into it. But before we do, I want to give a fucking hell of a shout out to the homie Lewis Switcher, X-Teen Featurette, Greg Garwood, and everybody else who made the trip. You guys are the fucking most amazing people, and I just really appreciate you coming to visit, and we had a blast, and I learned so much about my own state from you guys being here, and it's just awesome, man. This is what YouTube is all about. It's about meeting friends that become friends for life, more than just, a quick comment here and there and never to be heard from again. Like, real people. And that's why I do this. That's why I continue to do this, for the few great friendships that I've formed, for that reason alone. So, love you guys. Thank you for your support, your friendship, and for coming up here, man. And yeah, love you. All right, let's get that. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get into the update. So, by the way, check out Lewis Switcher, the Lewis Switcher Show on YouTube. Fantastic show, hilarious, just a good guy and a great show. So check it out. Cheers. All right, as I bang my elbow. So, this update's going to be mostly the newest Vinegar Syndrome haul, and then some random Cauldron films, and then some random other bullshit. So let's start with the random other bullshit. This one is from Shout Factory, Scream Factory, Dark Stories, and this is a anthology film. It's got 5 stories and a wraparound. Wasn't very good. Basically, this like crazy puppet thing basically straps this woman to a chair and forces her to endure 5 stories. It just wasn't very good. The stories were okay, but if you like anthologies, check it out. As far as I know, this only came out on DVD. There's no Blu-ray for this, so correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but I'm pretty sure just DVD for that, which is weird because Scream Factory hasn't done that in a while. Then we have this controversial Hollywood film here, The Conjuring 3. Shout out to Movie Chatter. She actually recommended this movie in one of her posts, so I went and picked it up based on that. I'm not really a fan of the second film. I appreciate and enjoyed the first film, although I think the whole Warren story is a bunch of shit. But that's okay. It's Hollywood. This is a movie. I can get past that. And for that, I kind of like the first movie. But yeah, we'll check this one out. The Devil Made Me Do It. Shout out to you, Movie Chatter. Pick that one up based on your review. Alright, and did I mention that? I think I did twice. Sorry. Alright, next up we have Stay Out of the Attic. This is a new one from Shudder. Watched this one the other night. It is fantastic. If you like practical effects, if you like creatures, if you like mad scientists, if you like Victorian mansions, it's got it all. So definitely check this one out. New one from Shudder. Stay out the motherfucking attic. Then we have Blu-ray audio CD of I think this is Dark Side, no, it's MVD and Cleopatra. This is Escape from Area 51. It's a brand new futuristic sci-fi movie, basically. This woman is an alien, and she is like released from Area 51. I don't know. They basically battle planets. I have no idea. Haven't seen it yet, but it stars the Baywatch star Donna D'Errico. So I'm sure she is beautiful. So we'll check that one out sometime soon. And it comes with a CD randomly. That's kind of cool. Alright, next up we got a couple of Van Damme action movies from the 88 Films Van Damme line. Yes sir, we have Cyborg, which was released I think from Scream Factory, and then In Hell. So In Hell is from 2003, Cyborg is from 1989. And you can't go wrong with Van Damme. It's just cheesy, turn your brain off, nonsense, exploitation, action, mindless fun, cool kills, and, a pretty charismatic, awesome fucking hero. So, yeah. This one takes place in a jail. This one takes place in the future. Yep, Future Warrior, sci-fi thriller. So yeah, can't go wrong with either one of these. These are the lenticular limited editions, which is cool. They do that on the back there. You can see from '88. So yep, these came in pretty poor condition. The in-hell slip was all dinged up. So, and being that they're limited, I wasn't even going to bother asking for a replacement, but whatever. All right, let's see. What do we got? What do we got here? All right, so really, really, really awesome. You guys know Jesse, Diabolic DVD. I talk about him a lot. I buy a lot of shit from him. And he has Cauldron Films, which is his label. Put out a bunch of awesome movies, Italian horror. And now we've got two rare, well, for me, overlooked, rarely seen, hadn't heard of either one of these movies. Found footage movies. This one being, I think, from 2006, I want to say. I watched this the other night. I thought it was great. If you like found footage horror, it is creepy. And it's cool because it takes place in like the early 2000s, I think. That's when it came out. And it was like the beginning of, what do you call it? Webcam days. So this dude likes this girl, she goes away to college, he gets her a webcam, and the whole movie is seen through the eyes of them like talking through a webcam. And for whatever reason, I can't remember why, but they summon this like medium, and she is extremely creepy. She tells the main girl, I think her name's Rebecca, that she's living in this town where all this crazy horrific stuff happened, and the dude who did it all was like hunted down but never found, and it just goes from there. It's creepy, you know, if you like possession, summoning of mediums, and also the found footage genre. I think you'll really enjoy this one. I thought it was pretty great. Yeah, so that's the Collingwood story. It takes place in New Jersey, and yes, found footage goodness from Jesse. You know, if Jesse is gonna buy a movie, it's gonna be good just because he has great taste. He owns the best physical media store there is, so obviously it's going to be good. I'm thirsty, excuse me guys. I'm going to need more than just a little 20% backwash on the bottom of that can, but it got me, it's going to get me going. I'm going to survive, I'll be okay. Alright, so we have La Possession de Altar. This is from 1974. It's actually from 2016. This is the other Cauldron Films release. I have not opened this. I have not seen this. But I watched the trailer and it looks scary as hell. So stoked on this one. Again, it takes place in 1974. It's about these tapes. This newlywed couple disappears, and then the footage is resurfaced, and it's horrific. Shit goes down. People get possessed. Again, it is found footage, taking place in 1974, and it's made in 2016. I feel like I've said all of these things already, but I'm stoked on that one. Spanish horror, subtitled, I believe. Stoked. Yep. Alright, next up, we got some Vincent. I got my, I don't know, is it August Vinegar Syndrome bundle in. A lot of cool stuff, cool horror stuff. We've got some shot on video, some old school horror, just a whole like range of goodness. So starting with Auntie Lee's Meat Pies. I believe this one was from 1992. Just want to be right, so I'm going to double check myself. Yeah. And it's basically about a Auntie Lee. She, I think, has her beautiful nieces go and seduce the men into coming over for a good old time, and then she murders the shit out of them and eats them and cooks them up. She makes a mean meat pie. So, love that cover artwork. Super cool. And love that ass. Super cool. So yeah, cool. Never seen this one before. And I'm not sure, some of these are shot on video. Some of them are not. I'm not sure about that one. Really stoked on this one as well. Psycho Sisters. In the same vein, you've got two girls. Their younger sister, I think, was brutally raped by a gang of like drunk, I don't know if they are soldiers or college kids. I want to say they were like drunk fraternity boys, but I can't recall. And so yeah, these girls are pissed. Their sister was brutally raped and murdered. They go away to like an insane asylum, which I don't really understand why they would go to an insane asylum and not some sort of like rehab to. But whatever. And then they come out of that and they want to take revenge on any man because they decide they don't like men at all. Doesn't matter who you are. If you're a man, you're going to get killed and brutally murdered, and we're going to take your nuts and your genitals, and yeah, we're going to murder men. And then at the end of the movie, there's a big climax. The Psycho Sisters come, because what they want to do is they want to ultimately take revenge on the people who were involved in killing their sister. So big confrontation between the Psycho Sisters and the killers, and we have Psycho Sisters. So this one I think is from 1994, and I want to say that it's shot on video. I think it is shot on video, this one, and it is from 1995, so 94, 95, somewhere around there. And this is Saturn's Core. This is another sub-label of Vinegar Syndrome, so stoked on that one as well. Then we've got one I'm not too familiar with. Tough Guys Don't Dance. Yeah, Vinegar Syndrome, it says Crime on the side of this. I don't know if it's a sub-label, but the Canon Group presents a Vinegar Syndrome release, or Vinegar Syndrome presents, the Canon Group presents the... I'm just kidding. Norman Miller's Tough Guys Don't Dance, a love story haunted by murder. So if any of y'all have seen this one, let me know about that one. Really excited for this one, perhaps maybe the most. Been a long-ass time since I've watched this movie, Girls School Screamers. Absolutely love the setting in this one. You know, you've got a bunch of horny co-eds in this school, obviously. And they're being, I think, chased after by a bunch of, like, zombie girls or something. It kind of reminded me of Ghoul School. At an exclusive all-girls college, a group of chronically misbehaving students are rewarded for their bad behavior by being assigned the task of cleaning a magnificent old mansion with a deadly past. In preparation for its grand reopening by the school, but when the girls discover and use a dusty old Ouija board, they accidentally revive a terrifying spirit, which begins dispatching them Cleaver, Hook, Car, and more. Can they put an end to the carnage before none are left alive? Independently produced by Philadelphia first-time director Finnegan, John P. Finnegan, who did Blades, which is it's a fun slasher type movie put out by Troma, I think. But yeah, so amazing cover artwork, Girls School Screamers. Sorry, I got the movie mixed up with something else, I think, in the beginning there, but you guys get the picture. Super stoked on this one, and it is from 1984, so it's that perfect era. I love anything to do with hot girls, Victorian mansions, and ghouls, so you can't go wrong. You just can't. Cheers, guys. I kind of came prepared tonight. I brought some Spindrifts down with me, so I can lubricate. I fucking love this stuff, man. It's so good. So good. Alright. Now I'm ready. So, next up we have Luz, or Luz, not to be confused with Luz, the Flower of Evil, which is a Spanish movie. This is different. This is about a cab driver who was held captive by a possessed woman, I believe, and she escapes and tells her story in an abandoned, I think, police station or something like that, and shit goes down like it always does. Let's see. I can do better than that. Fleeing from the grasp of a possessed woman, a distressed cab driver begins a confession in a rundown police station that endangers everyone who crosses her path. Shot entirely on 16mm and featuring a hypnotic synth-driven score, first-time director Tillman Singer pays homage to the Euro horror sensibilities of Andrzej Zawalski's Possession, while subverting and reinventing genre along with contemporaries like Panos, blah blah blah, director Mandy. So super cool. This one is from 2018, so it's a newer movie, and that is awesome. And I'm almost positive. Yeah, this is Altered Innocence, so it's a sublabel of Vinegar Syndrome. It's not directly Vincent, but I believe this is. Is this? The name throws me off. I know it's not. It has nothing to do with the other movie with the same title. But yeah, so it sounds pretty batshit crazy. Love that artwork. That's super cool. So yeah, we have Loose, and for some reason they give it to you in like a thicker case than the other titles. Yeah, I don't know why they do that, but all right. Moving along here, we have a 4K release, and that would be Terminal Island. Yeah, exploitation movie. Bunch of craziness goes down on this island where there's all these violent inmates being held captive. And I think like the warden, if I can remember correctly, is evil, and it's kind of like a whole, like taking down the throne type movie on this terminal island. But this is a 4K release. First heard about this one from, I think Code Red put it out. I can't even remember if I just mentioned that, guys. I'm getting tired now. It's been a long week, really. But yeah, from 1973. So I have no idea why they chose this one to put out on 4K and not like any of the other ones. But because I don't think this is a real popular movie. I first heard about it from Code Red. But anyways, it's cool. It's got a 4K now, so. Alright, then we have Whatever It Takes. This one starring the great Freddie the Hammer Williamson, excuse me. And I believe it's kind of like an action thriller type movie. Group of undercover agents are investigating, I think, smuggling of sorry, my brain's not working. Steroids. Yeah, they're selling steroids to wrestlers, and these two undercover cops come in and, get the lowdown and save the day type shit. So, cool cover artwork. Fred Williamson, can't go wrong with him. I think this one's from the early 90s, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong on that, but awesome. Then I'm super stoked on this one. We have She Freak. This is AGFA. I love anything that takes place in a carnival. It's kind of, I think, loosely based on Freaks. And yeah, it involves this waitress who goes to work for this carnival, and there's a lot of creepy things going on behind the curtains, pun intended type stuff. And from what I've seen, the practical effects look awesome. The She Freak looks really creepy. And again, I love anything that takes place in carnies, that deals with carnies and carnivals and good stuff. And I guess this is shot on location of one of the U.S.'s like oldest or most significant carnivals, so that's really cool. I think this one's from 1967, so it's a bit older, but yeah, it's loosely based on the movie Freaks. I forget the director's name now. The infamous Freaks movie. So that's awesome. She Freak from 1967 from AGFA. And then we've got Commando Ninja. Super excited for this one. Never heard of this one before. From 2018. I thought it was some like 80s, obscure B-movie, action movie type thing. But no, this is from 2018, and I watched the trailer, and it looks batshit crazy, man. This dude is super badass. He's got like this fucking machine gun, and he's just like annihilating people. I don't know if it takes place in like Vietnam. It kind of looks like it. But just full of action, full of gore, over the top goodness, for sure. It looks awesome. And yeah, from 2018. So from what I saw, it looks to be a lot of fun. Kind of like Terminator meets, some war movie basically. Some over the top Cobra Commando type war movie. But yeah, so Commando Ninja. And yeah, of course it incorporates ninjas and all kinds of craziness, man. It looks batshit insane. So soaked on this one. Psyched on this one. Soaked. ETR Media, I guess another sub-label of Vincent. So super cool. 2018 Commando Ninja. Alright guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I've yapped enough. My mouth is super dry. Flesh Contagion. This will be the last one that I show you guys. This one is from Massacre Video, and this movie is actually brand new. It's Italian, kind of like a Crazies type movie, I think, like sci-fi horror, futuristic mutant fucking men in suits type horror. The year is it's 2029. A horrible flu virus has devastated the planet, leaving the global health infrastructure in ruins and leading to the creation and rise of hideous mutants. All large cities are now extermination camps, and new government called the Executors are in charge of eliminating these ghastly abominations. Survivors are left to fend for themselves, taking refuge in the most remote of areas, but a special team of Executors has been formed to find the survivors and eliminate them with no mercy. So, Massacre Video, yeah, it's from Lorenzo Lapori, and it's brand new. I think it was shot during the first lockdown in Italy. So it's Italian, and because you remember when COVID first hit, it hit Italy real hard. They were like one of the first countries to really be devastated. So it's interesting that I believe they made the film during that period of time. So, yep, really excited. So yeah, at first I saw this, I thought it was some obscure Crazies type movie from like the 60s or 70s, but no, this was shot in 2020, I believe. So yeah, super stoked. Massacre Video. Finally, we get Flesh Contagion, and due to COVID, this movie took forever to come out. So I don't know if that's irony or what it is, but all right, guys, thanks for watching. As always, cheers. Have a great weekend. Stay up. Stay healthy. Love you guys. See you soon. Peace.